was looking for an artist, and I just happened to happen upon him. Seems like it was God directing me towards him. Whenever it looks like it's a coincidence, ask yourself, why does it look like a coincidence? Who had the power to create this coincidence? So, I've been thanking God very much. We haven't actually met. We haven't actually talked about what it would look like for us to work together, for him to make my shirts for me and for me to do the art for him. So he's not just a silkscreener. Actually, he didn't even mention the word silkscreen. He mentioned 3 different processes. One was sublimation, one was, I don't remember, heat transfer, and third, I thought I knew something about printing, but apparently not. He mentioned these 3 processes I didn't know anything about. I knew something about heat transfer. Sublimation is done on polyester clothing. It has to be mostly polyester. The more polyester, the better. The less polyester it is, the more faded the print is going to be. So I'm encouraged by the possibilities. Let's do some more of this. More speckling and freckling. Speckled freckles. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. So I asked him, so he mentioned that he was leaning towards Messianic Judaism, and I said, really? Have you listened to the Bema podcast? He said, no, I've never heard of the Bema podcast. Well, this seems like it would be right up your alley. That's another reason that I'm watching the Chosen, is because I've gotten far enough in the Bema podcast. I am in session 6. And in session 6, they talk a lot about the Chosen. And they're so fired up about the Chosen. They're going through it episode by episode, explanation of each episode, of what the significance of each of all of the scenes are. So I'm gonna have to get my Chosen on. I'm gonna have to get watching some more episodes of Chosen. If I'm gonna have to going to be able to keep up with the Babe Law podcast anymore. All right, let's step back and see how that looks. What if I turn off the blue? Ooh, that is much darker. All right, let's make it blue again. I keep asking myself, why do I continue to start out with pencils? Why do I start out with the blue pencils and then, this is digital, right? Why can't I just mentally, why can't I just draw from the beginning in black ink? It's not real black. It's not real ink, rather. It's not. It will erase. I should be able to just draw everything in black. I don't have a good explanation why, but it does. No matter what color I draw the first draft in, the pencil is the first draft of the drawing. And no matter what color I draw it in, it's practice. It helps me work out some things, work out some problems before making a darker line. Another thing I'm thinking about more seriously is the thought of hospitality, and hospitality was so key when it came to the Old Testament and Abraham's time, and even when Sarah was being greeted by the three men, the three angels. The amount of food that she gave them, we gloss over this today because we don't know the weights and measures. But back then, she gave them a ton of food. Maybe not a literal ton, maybe a little half ton. Maybe, it was quite a large amount of food. Also, when, I'm sorry, I can't remember the servant's name, but when the servant was looking for a daughter, looking for a wife for Isaac, he asked Rebecca. I don't think he even asked Rebecca to water the camels, but she just said, "Here, let me water your camels." And he had not just 2 camels. It's overlooked. If you overlook the fact that he had 10 camels.